Daily sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be our visitors taking on the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
On the other side for the Rams, it's Sean McVay. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long.
At the 28-yard line.
Now it's Stafford. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
There defensively.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. So on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. On play. Gator, it's Ricky Pearsall. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And a first down.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
Taken down at
the numbers for McCaffrey last week. 23 carries, 87 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty.
Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Results in a first down.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Options galore here, second and a few inches.
It's second and inches.
They stay on the ground, McCaffrey again. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Result is a first down.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Ball on the 8, second and 2.
At the 8-yard line.
On play action, Rodgers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's third and 2.
It's third down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
The kick is
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So give it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. Nick Bosa. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
To throw is Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Formation for the Rams.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Results in a first down.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Here we go with McCaffrey. A solid stiff arm. And down inside the 15 he goes.
14-yard line. A gain of 15. Result is a first down.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And this is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his first touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Rams nothing. Piñeiro
now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Wide open receiver complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
13 yards on the play. That's another Rams first down.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Puka Nakua with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Rams 7.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And a first down.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
On play action. Now Rodgers. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this will be taken at the 13. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. 180.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that'll be
incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. A final shot before the break. Stafford. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. A throw left side for Pearsall is complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. And they rattle off a big one. 45 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
A gain of 12. Result is a first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
McCaffrey is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. George Kittle halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
Rams 7.
So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
He juked him. And able to get this out to the 25.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Well, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
On the sneak, it's Stafford. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got him. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
Rodgers going to throw.
Third down.
He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. McCaffrey running up the middle. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
13 yards. Result is a first down.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
136 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
To throw is Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's third down and less than a yard.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
7-yard line.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. George Kittle with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Eddie Piñeiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Now Stafford.
They'll find a man over the middle. 2-2 Atwell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Gain of 11. That's good for a Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Stafford.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
They'll get this one complete to Atwell.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Rams first down.
Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That's good for 28 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Williams is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Touchdown.
Devontae Adams. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Rams 14.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, not they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Pass caught by Pearsall.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First down.
On play action, Rodgers.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Able to slither by. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now.
Stafford and the Rams come up first and 10.
At their own 27.
They'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 25-yard line.
Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's Stafford.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
That is caught. Now inside the 25. Devontae Adams.
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard
It's a
line.
gain of 80 yards. That's good for a Rams first down. First down and goal to go.
Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA.
2-2 Atwell.
There to make the grab.
And the Rams get a bit closer.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And the Rams, first down.
And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. In trouble, and he's taken down. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to have a first down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Rodgers looking to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this.
High five! I'm Scott Hansen, and this is your Week 5 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Plenty to get you caught up on. We begin in Charlotte. The Panthers at home to take on the Miami Dolphins. And it's a man who had a real nice season last year, Chuba Hubbard. He's going to take this one in, 7 yards on the rushing touchdown. The Panthers move to 3-2 as they get back above 500 with the victory. Got another one to get to right now. How about Gang Green, the Jets, as they're hosting the Dallas Cowboys? And this is Jalen Tolbert. And this is a touchdown. The Cowboys come away with a victory. They win by 6. Lastly, let's go down to the Big Easy. The New Orleans Saints hosting the New York Giants. And it's Sam Darnold. He had a heck of a game. This, one of 2 touchdown passes. He also ran for a score.